Hey guys, Abner Miranda here. Today I've been zeroing my K-pops and I realized when I was doing this that I haven't shown you guys the zeroing boards that I made a while back. I like to zero on steel, and when I had my own range I had these great big industrial grade targets that were really heavy and were very difficult to move. But because I'm working with more mobile targets, more portable targets, even though you can always take your shot and wait for the target to come to rest, in reality it's not really coming to rest in the same exact position that it was before, because you'll notice there's a little bit of wobble here. So I'm not getting consistent patterns. But as soon as I transferred, I first started here because I absolutely needed to make sure that I wasn't hitting the hardware on the back of this, and I'll show you what that is in a minute. Once I transferred from here to here, the shots all started going inside of that circle. And once again I was reminded why I like to shoot on a very stationary, very solid target base, because it takes all of the guesswork out of things for you. What I did here was I took 3/4 inch plywood, and these were actually just chunks that were left over from another project that I was doing. They're stabilized in the ground by 2 pieces of rebar driven into the ground, and then I've got electrical conduit keepers that you guys have seen me using before for different things. And electrical conduit keepers go across the back, and then all I do is use masking tape and spray paint to create the circles. Well, let me rephrase that. First and foremost, I use a spritz of white, and then I place the cap of the spray paint, and then I spray black around it so I have a very distinct aiming point. I want a very small aiming point. You can see we're talking about a very small surface area. I'm one of those people who recognizes that in the world of CQC there are acceptable levels of inaccuracy. So I know that what I need to be looking for is a really good shot, not a superb excellent shot, just a really good fast shot. So I want to have accuracy levels that puts the rounds inside of that circle. You can see I've got a flyer over here. Each one of those has a flyer, which is almost always the way it goes when you're checking zeros on things. Put the white, spray the black around it, and you can see that as you have misses, as you're zeroing different weapons, you're going to have misses, and of course it just zips on through the plywood. It doesn't really hurt anything. But all you have to do is cover those misses with tape. Same here in the middle. Place your cap and spritz it with black, because the white, even from a very short distance, you're not going to be able to really discern the difference between the white and the black, meaning the white of the tape and the white of the paint. So all you have to do is just consistently keep hitting the black. Each one of these boards has 2 circles on it, so that I can get basic. I'll start at the top, I'll zero, I might place one weapon to the side and grab another weapon while this one cools, because you want to zero with a cool weapon if possible. And it allows me to just kind of work my way top bottom on one board, top bottom on the other board with another weapon. As the plywood gets cored out, all you have to do is take a 3x5 card, tape it in place, and rock on. This is a very simple setup, and it has ruled out the issues that I was having with zeroing, because there was one day when I was out here and I kept thinking, why can I not get a solid zero? I mean, I kept working at it going, I'm a better shot than this. And went home, made these things, kind of thought it might be the problem working with these. Went home, made these, came back out here, and all of a sudden that weapon was just drilling, you know, these quarter size holes at 50 and 100 yards, all because I needed to have a truly stationary target that actually doesn't really have any issues with returning to zero, because remember, this is plywood, so the bullet whips right through it, and even if it doesn't, you can tell there isn't any lateral motion because the rebar keeps it stick to the ground nice and solid. So that's it, guys. If you're looking for an easy zeroing board that's going to take all the guesswork out of your zeroing trips to the range, this is a great thing to do. And as you can tell, they're really tiny, which means they can pack into anything. As always, I thank you guys for watching. God bless you all. Get those guns out and practice. Have a good one.